So this is a ploy. This means the election commission, something seriously wrong with the election commission of India. Now, and his entire attack was on the election commission.
So how significant and how big is this expose, according to you, made by Rahul Gandhi?
The revelation is big, the revelation is significant, the revelation is important, and I tend to agree with the language used by Rahul Gandhi that it is an atom bomb. It is. Clear evidence has been brought in.
Do you believe that it's an atom bomb or a tsunami? It's almost like a tsunami.
Tsunami, I'll come to tsunami. Tsunami is a slightly different. He has dropped a bomb and generated a tsunami.
Okay.
He should generate a tsunami. The tsunami is a resultant factor. I have a big grievance. The Election Commission has shaken my faith in the Supreme Court because they have been filing false affidavits, and based on this false affidavit, Supreme Court has been giving judgment, dismissing. Even my writ petition was dismissed because of false. So the point I am making is the questions raised by Rahul Gandhi are valid. He is raising it. See, as a leader of the opposition, I would say he represents 65% of India. And now look at the response of the CEO of Karnataka. File an affidavit. Tsunami. Now comes the word tsunami. Rahul Gandhi has let loose a tsunami. You want to contain it with a cup of pot, a teapot? What kind of bureaucracy? I mean, your insult to the Indian Administrative Service. See, I still remember, I think Amartya Sen several years ago said something. Why democracy is important for a poor country like India? He said, listen, democracy is the only system which gives voice to the poor. Gives voice to the poor. No other system gives voice to the poor, and you want to suppress that voice also? If Election Commissioner does not act now, they will be conceding that they are party to this whole thing and they are in league with the ruling party. Is Election Commission accepting this? Now, asking Karnataka government to investigate is a different matter. That's a criminal. Then you have to file a criminal complaint.
No, but isn't it a criminal?
It is.
Criminal what you have done?
Yes.
Hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversations. Just a day after when Rahul Gandhi made the big expose on vote fraud, where he spoke about 5 types of vote theft in the Mahadevapura Assembly constituency of Bangalore, where he said that there were 12,000 duplicate voters, fake or invalid addresses, some 40,000 voters, bulk voters in the same address, 10,400, invalid photos, 4,000 voters, misuse of Form 6, 33,600 voters. And now today, Rahul Gandhi was in Bangalore at the Freedom Park, where he held the Vote Adhikar rally. Now, he repeated almost everything of what he said yesterday, except that today he informed about 2 important aspects. And one was that he will ask Karnataka government to now investigate the vote fraud in Mahadevapura Assembly constituency. And the other important thing which he said during the course of his speech was that the Election Commission website, especially in Rajasthan and several places, they have closed down so that the people cannot download the data. So is Election Commission really in a panic now after Rahul Gandhi's expose? And we should not forget the kind of response which came from the state electoral officer. And he said that Rahul Gandhi needs to give a signed declaration of what he's saying as an oath, to which Rahul Gandhi said that I'm the leader of the opposition, I am the politician, and my word is my oath. This is what he said. But the big question, coming back to that same question, that is now Election Commission running for cover. Joining me this evening is retired bureaucrat, author and columnist M.G. Devasahayam, and he's been the returning officer during the elections which were held during the emergency, after the emergency. Thank you so much, M.G. Devasahayam, sir. And what would you really say to the big expose which has been made by Rahul Gandhi? And today now he wants the fraud to be investigated by the Karnataka government. Will it move in the right direction if they are getting it investigated by the Karnataka government?
See, this expose was long overdue. Now, as Rahul Gandhi explained yesterday, they spent 6 months investigating one constituency because the electoral roll was not available in machine readable format. It is available in physical format, and they had stacked up the documents about 7 feet high, and every page had to be taken out. So this is a ploy. This means the election commission, something seriously wrong with the election commission of India. Now, and his entire attack was on the election commission. Now, you see, election commission was formed with all fond hope that it will be a pillar of India's democracy, and it will be the electoral democracy's sort of the kind of they will the one who will be upholding the electoral democracy in India, and that is how it was for several years. I have been dealing with the election commission along with some of my colleagues for a pretty long time. Let me explain to your viewers the background that has led to what Rahul Gandhi did yesterday in one constituency, one assembly constituency out of about 5,000 in the whole country. Now, let me start from 2017. Till 2016, 2017, the Election Commission has been functioning by and large in a fair manner. I have interacted with them. In 2017, the trouble started. See, actually, after the EVM was introduced, there was doubts about its integrity. And people were talking about there is no democracy principles. You don't know what is going, where it is being counted. So in 2013, when Qureshi, 2012, Chief Election Commissioner, in consultation with political parties, in consultation with civil society, the VVPAT was brought in. Voter verifiable paper audit trail. 2 words are important. Verifiable audit, verifiability and audit. That was introduced. And the understanding was that there will be a cross-verification, cross auditing between the electronic memory in the EVM and also the paper slip that comes out of it. Now, everything was going all right. Election Commission, then 2017, a particular chief election commissioner took over, and the whole thing started going topsy-turvy. They wanted to somehow or other kill the VVPAT. So efforts started in 2017, early 2018. They said, we will not count the VVPAT slips. We will count only one out of 300. That means 0.04%. So there was consistent effort. We fought it over. In 2018, myself and then Constitutional Contact Group of about 200 former civil servants, we wrote to the Election Commission, no, that is not the right way to do. You should count the paper ballot and paper slip. So there was some opening. The debate was taking place in 2018 when there was a particular chief election commissioner, Rawat. We had a series of meetings. And we were about to sort out everything when he retired in December 2018. And let me tell you with all authority in my command, starting from 2018 December, the Election Commission was sealed. The Nirvachan Sadan on Ashoka Road was hermetically sealed. No entry, no communication with civil society, no communication with anybody. After that, they have started indulging in fraud after fraud after fraud. So, understanding what was happening in the election commission, we moved to the Supreme Court. And in the Supreme Court, the election commission filed false affidavit. Not once, twice, in my own repetition, to see that somehow or other the paper slip is not counted. But a few slips counted after midnight, when everybody has gone to sleep, people would have gone away, and celebration has already taken place because the election results have already come out unofficially. And after that, naam ke vaste. So they had prepared the ground even at that time itself when we set up the Citizens Commission on Election. Our top technical experts said, listen, this EVM system, as it is being done now, is unfit for democratic elections, period. They clearly said unfit for democratic elections because it has no verifiability, no auditability. If this continues, the language used is very important. Please note, there will be large-scale spurious injection of votes. That's the exact language, 2020-21 report. There will be large-scale spurious injection of votes. Now, exactly what Rahul Gandhi said yesterday is, yes, large-scale spurious injection of votes has taken place in Madhavpur constituency. Now, they were trying to give emphasis on the manipulation of the electoral roll. Electoral roll by itself is standalone, can't do anything. It's only a document unless it is converted into votes.
No, but this revelation, Mr. Devasahaya, made by Rahul Gandhi, how big is it? And is it some kind of a turning point as far as the fight for electoral democracy is concerned? How would you see it? You all have been working on this and you have been insisting on the same thing for last so many years. But now you forced a major political party to undertake a clinical study in just one constituency. And what if this experiment gets repeated? Then you would know what the real story behind this electoral fraud is. So how significant and how big is this expose, according to you, made by Rahul Gandhi?
The revelation is big. The revelation is significant. The revelation is important. And I tend to agree with the language used by Rahul Gandhi that it is an atom bomb. It is. Clear evidence has been brought in.
You do believe that it is an atom bomb or a tsunami? It's almost like a tsunami.
Tsunami, I'll come to tsunami. Tsunami is a slightly different. He has dropped a bomb and generated a tsunami.
Okay.
It should generate a tsunami. The tsunami is a resultant factor. The tsunami will take place only if it reaches the people. How they are planning to reach the people and tell them that your votes are being stolen, your mandate is being stolen, and continuously people are sitting there. You see, we have been observing these governments for quite some time. Indian electorate also, we know something about the Indian electorate because having been involved. Indian electorate is not a bunch of fools to keep on giving mandate to a set of people who are pursuing policies totally opposite to their interest. You see, I am a student of economics. The economic policy that is being followed is completely oriented towards the rich. It's an oligarchs. There's an oligarchy going on in India. How do you expect the millions of people who are suffering every day to keep on voting for a set of oligarchs? It was only manipulated, manufactured, this thing. Any common sense? See, the reason is Indian media has been completely subjugated. Almost completely, except some people like you and some other digital media is having still some life left in them. Otherwise, then almost the entire media has been subjugated. They will not, even now they have started beating drum. They will start criticizing Rahul Gandhi. I don't listen to this media.
Now that the expose is done, what do you think should the political parties and especially the opposition parties do? Yesterday they had a India bloc meeting. Now, apparently what we've heard is that on Monday they might march to the Central Election Commission office. Today also Rahul Gandhi is going to be, Rahul has marched to the State Election Commission office. And I'm just giving you a little update that Rahul Gandhi has asked 5 questions from the Election Commission. Now, the first is, विपक्ष को digital voter list क्यों नहीं मिल रही है? So why is the opposition party not getting the digital voter list? What has Election Commission to hide? This is the first question from Rahul Gandhi. Second, CCTV and the video evidence. Why is it being wiped away? What and on whose behest is it being wiped away? Third question is that the voter list, whatever fraud has been there, why is it there? And why is there a bogus voting? He's raised the issue of fuzzy voting. There is a bogus voting and the voter list fraud. Why is it there? Fourth question is that why are the opposition parties being threatened? Why are they being intimidated? And the fifth question is that clearly tell us that is Election Commission now a BJP's agent? These are the 5 questions which have been raised by Rahul Gandhi. Yes, sir.
Yes, these are very valid questions. What has Election Commission to hide? And why should they hide? See, the present set of 3 fellows are a bunch of 3 IAS officers with differing seniority. And they might have been appointed by this government, all right. Government appoints. There was a system, all right. They were selected by the Prime Minister and the Minister. But then there inherently has some integrity in them. There is some inherent integrity. Why are they now completely sealing themselves away from the civil society? Why are they hiding themselves totally away? And they are not coming out with the truth. Now, even see, as I told you, we had a group called Constitutional Conduct Group of about 200 odd senior IAS officers. We also have been writing to them. Recently, we wrote about the Bihar SAR. They don't even bother to reply. I mean, they have reduced former IAS officers into mendicants and beggars. Is that the way election commissioners, you see, for this purpose, they were appointed as election commissioners and given the mandate? Do you think that they are employees of the ruling party? They are employees of the people. We, the people, gave them all these powers. They have the status of the Supreme Court. And then why should they file false affidavits in the Supreme Court, misguiding the Supreme Court to giving false order or false judgments? They have shaken our faith even in the Supreme Court. I have a big grievance. The Election Commission has shaken my faith in the Supreme Court because they have been filing false affidavits, and based on this false affidavit, Supreme Court has been giving judgments, dismissing. Even my writ petition was dismissed because of a false. So the point I'm making is the questions raised by Rahul Gandhi are valid. He is raising it, see, as a leader of the opposition, I would say he represents 65% of India. Ruling party represents only 30 to 35%, even if you look at the world. So they have to give due. And now look at the response of the CEO of Karnataka. File an affidavit. Tsunami. Now comes the word tsunami. Rahul Gandhi has let loose a tsunami. You want to continue with a cup of pot? A teapot? What kind of bureaucracy? I mean, you're insult to the Indian Administrative Service. You must understand when there is an avalanche. You must understand the avalanche, people's mood, requirement, mandate of the people. See, I still remember, I think Amartya Sen several years ago said something. Why democracy is important for a poor country like India? He said, listen, democracy is the only system which gives voice to the poor. Gives voice to the poor. No other system gives voice to the poor, and you want to suppress that voice also? As it is, they don't have means of livelihood, and you want to suppress that voice also. So the point is,
from you, sir, that now the expose has been done. Now, how should one investigate this fraud so that just to find out the reality, to find out the depth, if it's happened across the country? How will one investigate this matter, and who will investigate now?
Investigation, if at all, is to be done, should be by the Election Commission itself. They have all the powers, they have all the means. Now,
No, they have
Rahul
the
Gandhi,
powers, but they don't
you
have the
say,
will because they are
no, no, no,
complicit.
no, you said, that's why I said, yesterday Rahul Gandhi made an important point. If Election Commissioner does not act now, they will be conceding that they are party to this whole thing and they are in league with the ruling party. Is Election Commission accepting this? Now, asking Karnataka government to investigate is different matter. That's a criminal. Then you have to file a criminal complaint.
No, but isn't it a criminal? Isn't
It is.
criminal what they have done?
Yes. Cheating vote and manipulating vote is a criminal offense, punishable with imprisonment. Yes, Karnataka government can investigate. Karnataka government can launch criminal cases. Yes, they are well within their powers. But the question is, courts will intervene immediately. High Court will intervene, Supreme Court will intervene, and the matter will be over. Election Commission is sanctum sanctorum.
Will the courts and the Election Commission not land themselves in further trouble? Supposing if the criminal complaint is done, there is a criminal case, and if the courts also try and come to the protection, then isn't it very much clear for the people to see what is really happening? Let that not happen. I mean, let it happen so that people can see.
People has been seeing it. In the last 10, at least in the 8-9 years, I have been involved in this litigation also. Not even one judgment from the Supreme Court has come in favor of the people. The judgment has always come in favor of the Election Commission, based on whatever they say. They don't consult any expert, they don't talk to anybody and give the judgment. And people also, media also reports in their way. So, see, what happens is that institutional collapse has taken place. See, people had reposed their faith in the institutions. All these institutions have come to uphold democracy and people's interest. But one by one, every institution is being captured and completely compromised. And people are left in the lurch. Now, you ask the question, what is the option open for a ruling for an opposition party? Go to the people. Hit the street. Let the people take over. I don't care for a few days. This is Jayaprakash. I still remember. I was closely associated with Jayaprakash Narayan. And I have heard from him very clearly. See, you can't keep on waiting for elections when there is so much of injustice. People must take things in their own hands. At the end of the day, they only created the government. They must ask the government for account, and they can do it anytime. When the injustice crosses beyond a point, I used to have detailed discussion with him when he was in jail, when in my custody. Why did he launch the JP movement? All the details. He said, same question I used to ask him. When there are elections every 5 years, people have every right to change the government. Why did you ask them to come up in uprising, go in for civil disobedience? Civil disobedience. Then he said, Mr. Dev Sahib, you can't allow the people to wait on for 5 years, undergoing injustice, and all kind of rottenness. People have every right to disobey and stand up and question.
What I want to ask you now is that what is the way out now? Is a criminal complaint, a criminal case being lodged, or an investigation is the way out? Or the India bloc should come along and just boycott elections? Is that the way out? Or all the opposition parties together should hit the streets, convey to the people, and don't contest elections? What is it? What are the options now?
You are given 3 options. Filing a criminal case, taking action is not going to solve any problem.
So you mean to say that
no. At best, even if it goes through, it may punish a few officials. That's not what we are looking at. There is a systemic collapse.
Okay.
Institutional collapse. It must be brought back. Second is boycott the election, which idea has been thrown up by Tejasvi Yadav of Bihar. I am not in favor. Boycotting election is not easily said than done. Practically, it is not possible because somebody will contest. You may not contest. Somebody else will
Yes,
contest,
that's true.
and there will be an election, and there will be a result. So, boycotting election in a democracy like India is not a thing that which should be easily thought of. Okay, but people's power must be displayed. JP movement, restoration of JP movement, people's power. Let them go and hit the street. If the India, the group wants to organize it, they can organize massive peaceful protests, peaceful rallies, and tell them, listen, we have lost faith in you. Unless you correct yourself, you disband yourself. So you disband the Election Commission of India. If it is a function like this, why do you need an election commission? See, institutions we need for
But
integrity.
you are in a way saying that the people should hit the streets, and I'm just reading what Mallikarjun Kharge today said on the at the Vote Adhikar rally. He said that today on August 8th, I urge you all to draw inspiration from the Quit India movement, a pivotal moment in our nation's history led by Mahatma Gandhi on August 9th, 1942. Gandhiji gave the rallying cry of do or die, and today we face a similar existential battle. Our privileges as citizens are under threat as our voting rights are being snatched away. This is a do or die struggle for us. We must rise to the occasion and take decisive action to save our democracy and the Constitution of India. This is what Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge has said. So, does it mean, according to you, that now there is a beginning of some kind of a big movement against the voter fraud?
Looks like it, but let me be very frank. I have all admiration for Kargeji. Even at this age, he is a fighter. But a similar statement he had made on November 26th, 2024 at Talakota, saying that they are going to have a mass movement for paper ballot. He has clearly and openly said, we don't want EVM. It is a fraud. We want to go back to the paper ballot. And he also gave a clear call that starting from January 26, 2025, that is the Republic Day of 2025, which is gone more than 6-7 months ago, we will start a mass movement to go back to the paper ballot. What happened to that movement? It was sabotaged within his own party. After that, they set up some expert group called Eagle. They removed the EVM agenda. Now there's a devious move to dealing the EVM from electoral roll. No, it's for manipulation of election through the EVM. All this is being done in electoral roll. Electoral roll by itself, manipulating it will have no value. It has to be converted into votes. So the Congress party and the India bloc, if they are really taking a view, they must look at the election system in toto. I have mentioned in your own program that they have already weaponized the machine system. The machines have been weaponized. This microprocessor, no one knows what is inside the microprocessor. It is compromised. The symbol loading unit, no one knows what is inside, already compromised. VVPAT has been completely decimated, destroyed. So they have completely weaponized. ब्रह्मास्त्र तो तैयार है हाथ में. ब्रह्मास्त्र में ये इलेक्ट्रल रोल जो है इट्स एरो. They will hit you with the arrow. So they have to look at the election system in toto, through compromising which election commission has been party to it, and go for a complete overhaul. Unless that is done, electoral democracy is finished. So whatever Kargeji said is very appreciated, but in our mind, because of the past, are they going to carry forward the agenda, or is it a one-day show? That is what we are worried about. And even now, they have not established any meaningful consultation with the civil society group of experts. They are doing it on their own. Political parties, oh, of course, they have the capacity to mobilize. If they want to do it, let them do it. That's what we have been asking. Political parties must take it up, and they have taken it up. But the question is, the past gives a feeling that will they really follow it up? How credible is all these claims? You make talk claims, after that you back up and go away. And doing it in one constituency, I mean, you have to, we in our own report, VFD report last year, said we have suspicion in 79 constituencies, parliamentary constituencies. How are they going to go ahead? So these are all the issues political parties must address. The principal thing is, they have been saying they'll go to the people, they'll go to the people, they'll go to the people. Are they really going to the people? Now I think Bihar, there is a cause of action. This sir, the way that the whole thing exercise is being done, it clearly shows how the election commission has fallen. Election commission standards have fallen. The very fact that in a panic they went for this SIR, it was not at all required. I think they did it under somebody's orders, the last minute. Because the summary revision had taken place in January. Suddenly, without any notice, 24th, they said 25th, work is starting. And everybody is manipulating. BLOs. Right. So, why did the election commission do that? Obviously, somebody ordered them to do it.
Right. So, towards the end, sir, my last question to you is that how do we deal with this situation? You yourself said that Rahul Gandhi has dropped an atom bomb. He has generated a tsunami. But what next? And that is my final question to you. Very briefly, if you could just suggest maybe 1 or 2 or 3 points now which the political parties should do.
Tsunami has to be contained only with the people's power. If they do not contain the tsunami that they have been created, they will themselves be eaten up by the tsunami. I have been witness to tsunami in 2004. I used to live in Chennai. My house is right on the beach, overlooking the sea, and I have seen the tsunami, the impact of tsunami in Chennai, how it ate up people, destroyed. Tsunami has got a capacity to destroy unless it is contained. So, Rahul Gandhi, Rahul has let loose a tsunami. They have to take action immediately to contain the tsunami with people's action so that tangible results are obtained. Democracy returns to India. Electoral democracy is restored. Election Commission functions as an Election Commission of India, not as somebody's agent. So all these put a huge responsibility on the Congress party in general, opposition, Congress party in particular, opposition in general, and Rahul Gandhi also. So he has let loose a tsunami. They should contain the tsunami, and this tsunami can be contained only with people's power prevailing over everything else.
All right, so we'll have to wait and watch how this expose is followed up, whether with the People's Movement or some kind of a criminal investigation. Does it get replicated in the entire country to find out the depth of this fraud? All these are things to be watched out for. Thank you so much, Mr. Devasahayam, for joining on HW.
Thank you.